Peter is now getting filled in on the other end of the physical fitness spectrum by a man who you can catch along with Arnold Schwarzenegger in the film Predator. Peter?
Thanks, Julie. You know, there are a few people in the world that are physically imposing enough that they make me feel like a small guy. Okay, I'm a little over average height. Jessie Ventura is one of those people who makes me feel like a small guy. Dan Pastorini makes me feel small. He's really big for a quarterback. Bubba Smith made me feel small, too.
Yeah, but he's a quarterback. You know, like Jack Lambert said, all quarterbacks should wear skirts.
Yeah, well, Jack got away with that, too. Of course, Jack was a little imposing himself. We were talking about you also take part in aerobics periodically.
Oh, yes, I do. In fact, I did aerobics for a month and a half prior to the filming of Predator because for wrestling weight, I weighed about 265 pounds, and I wanted to get down to around 240 for jungle type thing, and preferably, if I'd had enough time, I would have gone all the way to 220.
Ran out of time, huh?
Yeah, well, the film had to be shot, and plus I have a living to make in wrestling, too, so I don't want to lose too much weight.
Now, do you still wrestle, or...?
No, I retired in March of 1986. I officially announced my retirement after I did Predator, but I did Predator last year, April and May, and it gave me a new direction that now I want to be an actor.
How's it been going so far?
Very well. Predator is #1 in the nation, and It's been phenomenal. I think $26 million in 10 days, which is real well. It makes you feel good because we all worked very hard on the film, and it's a nice, gratifying feeling to see the film in its completion be successful on top of it.
We do have a little bit of tape of the film. For those of you who haven't gone to the theater and seen it yet, looking at the box office, there aren't very many people who haven't seen it.
Oh, there's a few yet we're trying to get out there.
Why don't we take a look at this tape and see? This is kind of highlights, I think, maybe.
Payback time.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Oh.
that was Richie Chavez standing next to you saying
yes, it
that,
was.
Right?
Yeah, Richard Chavez, and he and I were both Vietnam veterans that appear in this film.
Richard acted here in Miami for a while. In fact, he was in the film with Don Johnson, Ceasefire.
Sure.
And, that's the first time I ran into Richard, but he'd been acting in and around here. He's living in Hollywood now, I understand.
Oh, really? Yeah, could be. Richard's a terrific actor. I had a great time with him.
Where did you guys film all of this?
We filmed it in 2 locations in Mexico. Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, out in the jungle, not the Puerto Vallarta that everyone else is used to. You go about a half hour outside and you'll run into some real heavy jungle, and then they did a lot of the Alien in Palenque, Mexico, which is about, I think, 50 miles from the Guatemalan border, way down by the Mayan ruins.
It's a little bit different shooting something like this than it is being, you say you were a Vietnam veteran, it's a little bit different making a movie about it, isn't it?
Well, I think what you have to do, I mean, I became pretty tiresome probably to the directors and producers at times because I wanted a lot of the tactical stuff to be as close to authenticity as it could get, and I'm a former member of the United States Navy SEAL team, which I consider the most elite small unit force in the United States. And well, I had to learn too, though. You've got Hollywood here, you've got reality here, and you have to find that happy median in the center, because you can't do everything the way it would really be done, because in Hollywood you're looking for a shot. And you're looking for, you know, particular type of shot for the film, which you can't always do the way you really would.
Did you find the stunt work, and there was a tremendous amount of it, did you do any of it, or did you find it interesting?
I did a little of my own. I did my own rappelling in the film, and I did a few other things. I get wounded in the shoulder, which I took myself. And but you can't really do it because of insurance purposes. You know, the principal actors, if they get hurt, then of course everything's turned over to insurance company. Insurance company wants to know how this guy got hurt. Oh, he was doing this, and the first thing they'll ask was, where the heck was the stuntman? Because that's what stuntmen get paid to do. And actually, at my point in my career, I'm at the point now where I'm happy to let the stuntmen do it.
Okay.
You know.
Jessie, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you. My pleasure, Peter. Thank you.
Julie?